Great morning, everyone. We're just pedaling down the road. We're by Ashland at the moment, Oregon. And I just wanted to say, my Lord, Trump gets more disgusting every day. There is not one truthful word out of that man's mouth. Now, I saw him do that Young Republicans thing, and they're just all over him like he's fabulous. And nothing he said in there was true. Now, I agree we need to have free speech, but there's a difference between free speech and just absolute 100% lies and concocted fantasy. There should be some sort of a moderation when it comes to news stations and political agendas, etc., that they should be based in some sort of fact. Now, you can have an opinion whether you like it or you don't. Obviously, freedom of speech, but not just going out there and making up stuff that has no relevance in reality anywhere and pushing it as fact, and people believe it, just like we had all those for Alex Jones and all these things never happened, and this stuff was done by the government, and deep state conspiracies and lies and drama. There needs to be something done when it comes to those avenues. Now, they hook people because these people are not happy in their lives, so they want to blame something, play the blame game. Because, let's face it, things are getting more expensive with housing market, etc. When it comes to the percentages that they're charging, all of that becomes more difficult. People want the American dream where you used to be able to go out and work and buy a home and things, and now people are living in the streets. They're working, but you can't afford a house with your pay. Now, if I tried to live in California, there's no way I could ever afford, not even a studio apartment. I couldn't afford to live there. No way. I wouldn't even have enough to pay rent, let alone have food on the table, etc. So, something needs to be done. Part of it is just greed. Greed of some of the landowners and things. Just greed, and more greed. So there needs to be a really wake-up call in this country. It used to be people would work for a company and the company would treat them like family. Okay? And we had the Republican Uglies that say they want to go back to the older times and things, but not that part of the older times. They don't want to treat people like family. They want to go back further than that to slavery days and things. And, how dare you expect people to give you anything? And it's just so skewed. So skewed. And they want to have a Christian Taliban, basically, that they want everything run according to the Bible, but they pick and choose what they're going to take out of the Bible, and they always take it out of the Old Testament, not the New Testament, and then it's cherry-picked, okay? You don't see them going after adulterers and things, and that used to be in the Bible, they said you stoned them, okay? They don't pick that out, do they? No, they don't. They pick out about gay, or they want to say tarot is demon, and you're conversing with demons and doing necromancy. Well, you're not doing necromancy, So continually it is so skewed, and just people are having difficult times, difficult lives. They want their children to grow up, but they are not having family time anymore. Children are more isolated. They're not given in the old days when this country was being formed, everybody had to work, okay, or you didn't survive. And that was, back during the time of the West, when they were forming towns and doing all of this, everybody had to work. But now people want to give their children more than what they had, and they try to make it too easy on them, and they don't learn values, they don't learn respect. So there are so many things that need to be changed in the way that things are run here, the way children grow up, what's being taught, etc. I wish that employers would give people working wages, that they would be respectful of their employees, and not just see them as a dispensable cog, and we'll get them for as cheap as we can, and we don't give a rat's ass about their personal lives or how anything is going. Things really need to change. People need to understand, people need places to live, and not everybody can afford $3,000-$4,000 a month for rent, etc. People all want the same thing. They want to have a roof over their head, food in their stomach, some respect. That's it. They want to be able to have a life. That's all. They want to be able to have a life. And I don't think that's too much to ask. To just be able to live and have it. They're not looking for luxury. They're not all looking to own a castle. They're not all looking to own a Ferrari. Just let me have a roof over my head, food in my stomach, and some respect. And that would go a long ways to make things better for everyone here. I don't know. I look and I see people and you listen to these MAGA people, and it's insane the things that they say. And you go, how could they be so delusional? But then again, I remember driving through the Bible Belt and there was nothing on. All you would hear all day were ones like Hannity and these far-right preachers, etc. That's all you'd hear all day. Okay? You didn't get to hear a balanced view of things. And so they really become brainwashed with all of this drama. Up here we got some snow on the side roads. This road is clear, but we do have snow up here. Anyway, you know, there's just some things on my mind that I sit with on a daily basis. And just look at how heinous Trump is, and every day he gets worse. And just says whatever comes into his mind, and it's all fantasy. It's all BS. And nothing is being presented in an honest, balanced way. So there are lots of changes that need to be made in this country. Thank God we've still got freedom, but at what cost? You know? On this trip, I've seen so many homeless shelters on the side of the freeway, people pitching tents, etc. Wherever they could, you know, right close to the traffic, they're trying to pitch a tent, trying to find some shelter. And like I said, just people priced out of the housing market. And then having to live in tents, having to live in their car, having to try to find something. And they're working. It's not that they're lazy and they don't want to work. They work, but they don't get paid enough to afford housing, to afford food. Again, things need to be balanced here. And we get the wealthy getting wealthier and becoming even more blind to the plight of those that don't have. So on that note, I'm going to leave this here because I can barely talk. I'm really sitting here yelling to try to, you know, make this so people can hear it over the road noise. But there are so many changes I would like to see in this country. The wealthy need to get educated because they are blind. And then, you know, like Trump says, he loves stupid people. He loves the ignorant people. Okay? He loves the ones he can bamboozle that'll believe anything. Because if they've got any kind of common sense and they looked up any of this, they would find that he's a total liar. That he's a con man, a grifter, and always has been. Okay? He's got a mask. I see him take the mask off, and it's this little shriveled up thing that slides away. And he wants to have this mask like he's some big, rich, important person, but you take it off and it's this shriveled up little slimy thing that's slithering under a rock and slithering back out, and he puts on this fake robotic face. And but underneath of it all, he's this sniveling, weak, ineffective, and the only way that he can do anything is try to pressure people. That's it. It's all lies, all deceit, all just crap. 100% crap. So I'm going to leave that here.